Peggers here. We're doing an FFPC live draft at 9:30 p.m. Eastern on Sunday draft. I have the 12 spot. I haven't drafted from the 12 spot much. It's tight end premium. What's the roster? 1 QB, 2 running back, 2 receiver, 1 tight end, and 2 flex, which can be the tight end premium, 1.5 PPR for tight ends. Yeah, so tight ends go early. So Bowers and McBride will go early. I'm hoping for McBride to fall to me, but if not, we'll probably go to receiver at the 12 spot. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. My top options, I've drafted a lot of Colson Loveland, Travis Hunter, Rashee Rice, Jordan Mason, Tet, Omarion, Patrick Mahomes. My number 1 quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. So we'll see what happens. This will be a fun draft from the 12 spot. I've gotten a lot of 6, 7s, 8s, not a lot of 12s. So see how we do on this one. Turn the music down a little bit and change the song, because what the hell is that? I don't recognize any of the names in this draft. I did a draft earlier today with Connor Driscoll, who won this tournament a couple years ago, and Sean Siegel and Colm from RotoViz. I recognize some of the names. I've seen them before, but nobody that I'm aware of who they are in this draft, but that's all good. See how we do. Pick one is taking your time, or they're not there, but yeah, I'm really just hoping for McBride to fall to me at 12. If he doesn't, I'm hoping for Brian Thomas, Nico, Puka, Nico, something like that. That's pretty standard around this range. Could think about McCaffrey. I don't have a lot of Christian McCaffrey, so he'd be okay at that range for sure. Yeah, we'll see how we do. Jefferson at the 103. It's a little early. CeeDee Lamb 104. Both of those are earlier than usual. Usually go in the mid first here, even kind of second half of the first round. So that's early. Bijan's still there at 5, as is Bowers. That guy's got good options. 5 spot. Don't hate those picks. They're just earlier than normal. Bijan, Gibbs, all there. Gentine, Neighbors. There's definitely a teardrop. I mean, after, let's see, probably after Puka, maybe Amon-Ra, Brian Thomas, but there seems to be a small tier here. Neighbors being the last. Even Puka, you could argue with Devontae there, is not in the Neighbors tier. We'll see. We'll see what we get, and we can only do so much. I'm hoping to get 1 running back in the first 4 rounds. It's kind of my hope. Definitely some options around there's supposed Bowers at the 106. That's a nice value. The 3-4 turn, I should have some good options at running back there still. I don't want to wait too long from the 5-6. That's when it dries up, and you get the Aaron Joneses and Quinshon Judkins and players I don't love. So we'll see what falls. All right. Neighbors, Puka, McCaffrey, Amon-Ra. McBride is ADP of 13, so maybe he will fall to us, but usually not. Usually he's a first round top 10, top 11 pick. So neighbors, let's see what we have. Puka, McCaffrey, Monroe, McBride, Thomas. There goes Puka. And Monroe, nice. We got McBride fall to us. All right, so we will definitely take McBride. And then the option is really, do we want McCaffrey or Brian Thomas? I'm thinking we go McCaffrey, actually. Start with there. We'll still have some nice receivers in 3-4. It kind of sets us up where we'll have to grab a bunch of receivers from then on out. I don't know. McCaffrey could be really good. Rich Rebar loved him there. I'll take... I don't know. I'd rather have a stud receiver, honestly, right here. So let's go McBride and Brian Thomas. McCaffrey could be legendary, for sure. But the way I like to construct teams, I'd rather have a running back later than this tier. Like if we're talking Genty, Gibbs, Bijan, or Saquon, sure, those are easy first round pick. Let's go McBride and Brian Thomas. All right, sets us up nice. Thomas and Trey McBride. All right, so Brian Thomas is Indy in week 17, and McBride gets Cincinnati. Not a lot of good stacking options for at this point for McBride. I mean, I guess Kyler, but with Cincinnati, have to do somebody late because I won't get Jamar, won't get Chase Brown, won't get T. So could do late correlation with McBride. Trevor Lawrence and Kyler, good mid-round, QB window. Options in the QB window there, so can wait on quarterback with these two. So we'll see. We might have an elite quarterback fall to us at the end of 3, start of 4, 3-4 turn. Don't have to take one. I'm not obligated, but would consider Jaden Daniels there or Lamar if he falls. But usually they go in the 3rd round. So if those 3 are both all gone, then I'll just wait on QB until rounds probably 9 and 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. To get my quarterbacks. Josh Allen, mid-second. That is a reach. He might have been there in the mid-third for that guy. I mean, if you want Josh Allen, that's where you have to take him, but it's probably a round ahead of ADP. Usually he goes middle third. That's where Josh Allen usually goes. So that is a risky pick. I mean, it's Josh Allen. He's a monster, but so he's locked in. His RB1 and QB1. Let's have to draft those positions in a while. But knowing the guy that'll reach that early on Josh Allen, he'll donkey up his structure, I'm sure. Lamar. Oh my God, Lamar. Second round. Wow. Oh man. I think these are. I was noticing the owners. There's not a lot of low stars, which means most of this is a low number of stars for a draft. So things are probably some casuals probably starting to get in because Jesus, 3 quarterbacks in the second round. Interesting. We'll see how this this draft goes because that is highly unusual to have these quarterbacks. They all go in the 3rd round, usually maybe even later potentially. I think I got Lamar in the 4th round a couple drafts ago. So yeah, this will give it a little bit of a wild card feel. I did a draft, so saying I did a draft this morning from the 106, I think it was. I took Justin Jefferson here. Bowers is already gone. And then Drake London fell to me. So started Jefferson, Drake London, and then Rashee Rice there in the 106. So just like, I'd much rather have that team to start than this Drake team or this Jefferson team. But QB's going early, so I have to note that maybe I'll draft my QBs a little bit early, depending on how the next few rounds go. Like most of these teams are pretty normal. It's just these quarterback teams are crazy. Lemke, Bam Bam, and Council. So Bam Bam's not experienced. Lemke not experienced, and Council not experienced. So I mean, I'm not experienced either for that matter, but I've done a ton of drafts and try to play to a Week 17 structure in this tournament. Stack wisely, get some ADP values. But that's not. Who knows? We're all gonna lose anyway. So Kittle, nice. Kittle mid-third is a nice pick. Bijan, Derrick Henry, and Kittle, good start. All right, I hate this playlist. It's terrible. So we're gonna go back to lo-fi. Rashee and Bowers and Lab McConkey, nice. I like that team. All right, so Rashee doesn't fall. That's okay. Didn't expect him to, but sometimes he falls. Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Let's start queuing up. So Chase Brown would be a good option. T. Higgins goes. Breece Hall, another good option. Garrett Wilson. Omarion maybe. Like Devontae. Tight ends would be Laporta, but I don't love Laporta there. It'd be ahead of ADP. Hurts would be the only QB we consider at this point. So, don't need to. Breece goes. I mean, Chase Brown falls to us would be pretty good. This guy probably takes Chase Brown, I assume. No, Tyreek. Let's see what we get. If Chase Brown is there, I'm taking Chase Brown because he's a Week 17 correlation with Trey McBride. So that's a nice value and good ADP value. But there you go, it's Chase Brown right there, of course. All right, so what do we got? Garrett Wilson, Marion, Kenneth Walker, Devontae. Let's do Garrett Wilson. I mean, there's some other good receivers. We'll have more receivers coming to us the next round, so running back could be a good play here. I love Marion. Love me some Marion. Yeah, let's just take these two. Garrett Wilson and Marion Hampton. All right, so 2 new games, Week 17 games. So Garrett Wilson is the Jets and Patriots. Couldn't think of the name. Jets and Patriots. There's Garrett Wilson. So a lot of good options on the Patriots to correlate that game. So that's, and Fields to stack with Garrett Wilson. That's a good option. Chargers and Houston. Is that game? Can I just find a Charger real quick? Where is a Charger? is. Marion is the second half of the season stud. You know, maybe he starts slow, maybe Najee gets a lot of work first half of the season, but Marion will carry it in the second half easily. Cool. So four individual games so far, week 17. We have Kyler, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, and Justin Herbert. So again, all QBs in the QB window for us to stack so far, so that gives us a lot of options. This next turn will be interesting to see who's down here. I bet we'll find some value. So I'll probably take at least one receiver, and then probably not quarterback there. If it's, I mean, maybe Mahomes falls. Mahomes or Burrow, I doubt both of them fall. But if they do, they don't really help me too much. I guess Burrow would be correlated with McBride, but I don't have a stack for him yet. I have to back stack McBurrow. So I'll probably not do quarterback at that turn. So it'll probably be either tight end if one of these two are there, maybe. Oops. If Laporta or Hawkinson are there. Otherwise, it'll be running back and or receiver. So let's put up our receivers. We like, I mean, all these guys are valid for sure. Tet would be a good option. I mean, all of these, obviously. I have a lot of Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas is fun. Just have to get Trevor Lawrence with that. Pickens would be good. Waddle, maybe. Let's put on the tight ends. And running backs. Chuba, Travion. After that, I would probably wait. I mean, if it's Chuba or Travion, for sure, you know, Joe Mixon, of course. You know, these other guys, I just don't love them at the 5-6 turn. I'd rather wait another round and get somewhere in this range here. How many picks we got left on our 16? We have about 16 players in our queue, so we'll see. That will be whittled down quite a bit. Josh Allen team goes Marvin Harrison, RJ Harvey. Good, solid picks. I'm just reaching on a quarterback. And the 2v2 there is, would you rather Josh Allen and Marvin Harrison or Ladd McConkey and Josh Allen? I mean, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Double quarterback. Nice. Okay. So unstacked Joe Burrow. Naked Joe Burrow as your quarterback too. That is terrible. One of your first 4 picks is getting 0 every week. So why? But good for us, bad for him. Or her. Xavier Worthy goes. It's early for, well, maybe not early. I couldn't say that. But actually, it might be a little bit of a value for him. I don't see him go at the end of the 4th a lot. right, Connor. What the heck of that start from the 2-0? 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, no tight ends, no receivers. That is highly unusual and terrible. So interesting. Judkins goes early, first half of the 5th round. I mean, yeah, I'll have some good options for him. I'm 7 picks away. I have 11 players available here. Move Laporta up. You know, again, I don't expect him to be there at the end of the 5th round now. Yeah, 5th round. But you can consider Chuba Hubbard as well. Chuba just went. Looks like. Yep. Travion would be interesting. Travion would be good there. And then we have good receiver options. So should have a lot of good options here at the end of the 5th, 5-6 turn. Caleb Johnson goes in the middle of the 5th. I just got Caleb Johnson in the middle of the 7th in this last draft. I had 2 rounds later than this, so it's 3 rookie running backs. Wow. Hawkinson's an option. Otherwise, we just double tap receiver. I mean, that's the 2. Yeah, that's the 2 options we have. If Hawkinson's there, we consider. Otherwise, we just get 2 receivers here. Assume one of these guys will take Hawkinson. Or not. A lot of running backs have gone since my Hampton pick. I'm so glad I got Hampton there. Look at all these running backs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 running backs since there goes Travis Hunter. All right. So yeah, I think Hawkinson's a couple picks after ADP. I think Hawkinson and Tet are just 2 nice options here for us. Again, 2 brand new games, but 2 new QB stacking options. Hawkinson, they're both after ADP. You know, about not a ton, a couple picks after ADP. So let's get Tet. Is there any other receivers that we'd love here? Say DK Jameson. No, I don't think so. I mean, I think Tet and Hawkinson are great picks in this format. Let's go with Tet first. Move Hawkinson's ADP down a little bit lower. All right, TJ Hawkinson. Nice. All right. So 1 running back, 3 receivers, 2 tight ends. Love it. I haven't had enough. I wouldn't know if I'd call this a bully tight end, but 2 early tight ends, 2 in the first 6 rounds. I haven't done that a lot this year because really Bowers, Kittle, McBride are the 3 that I like the best. I just had a Bowers Kittle team recently, which was fun. But Hawkinson's, you know, after Hawkinson, I think there's a big tier break. So we have these 2 guys. We're doing well on tight ends and solid receiver depth. TJ Hawkinson. All right, so JJ McCarthy stack option. Detroit is the week 17. And then we have Tet McMillan with Seattle's the week 17. And Bryce Young QB option. So lots of good options at quarterback for us. Really, this, you know, can do whatever we want. We can just let it fall to us, you know. So we really, I mean, we could just let it slip as far as we want. I mean, I was thinking 7-8 turn. No, 7-8 turn we go running back, receiver probably here. 9, 10, 11, 12. That's when we get at least 2 quarterbacks in those 4 rounds. Yeah, so you know, I like the structure of this team, and we have a lot of flexibility. You know, we're feeling good at tight end, 3 good receivers. Feel good about that with a young stud running back. A lot of options, flexibility next few rounds for us. I'm trying to get more Justin Fields, so I might target Justin Fields. If he's there at the end of 9, I would take him there. Yeah, otherwise we just let the board come to us, right? And see what happens. But we have so many, I mean, we have 6 QB options out of our first 6 picks, so let's let the board fall to us. Definitely need a couple more receivers, I think, in the next 4 or 5 rounds. I probably want at least 2 more. So we'll be good on tight end for a while, so don't worry about that. But QB, maybe another receiver or 2, and then another running back or 2 in the next 5 rounds. The Jamar Chase, AJ Brown, Xavier Worthy team sniped on all 3 of their quarterback options. Jerry Jeudy's is wide receiver 1. Rough team. All right, who are we looking at this round? Consider Swift, Pickens, Waddle, Rome. You know what would be interesting is the San Fran receivers. Let's put Juwan there and Pearsall. The other ones are fine. Jordan Addison would be good with TJ Hawkinson. Good receiver options there still. I mean, if an Ingram or Andrews falls to us, I wouldn't hate it. You can start all of them. Otherwise, running backs, not Najee. Yeah, running backs are okay. I mean, I probably want to wait a little bit more. There goes Swift. I'll put Robinson in queue just to see. Let's see. It's going to be pick 84 is our next pick, 84, 85. So, yeah, probably going to wait on running back a little bit more. because these receivers are so juicy there. Pickens, Waddle, Rome, even Olave would be fine, but Addison. Did Juwan Jennings go? Damn, Juwan Jennings went early. That's early for Jennings. I mean, I was hoping to get him, but all right. What's your receiver 2? All right, so we're 9 picks away. Let's put Olave on there. Debo. Jalen Warren, Johnny Smith. The Lamar drafter like passes up on Mark Andrews. Like what? Just you need a tight end. Just take Mark Andrews there. There goes Waddle. Could consider 3 tight ends here. Matthew Golden goes? Wow, man, this draft is all over the board. Matthew Golden's really early on him. There's Olave, we have 3 picks away. I think Jordan Addison has to be one of them. I don't hate it. Rome could be fine. I mean, they're okay, but maybe Ingram. Let's consider Ingram. Just stock up on our tight ends. All right, 2 picks away. With all these options. Probably Addison and Ingram. Oh, Njoku goes. I should have considered Njoku, but gone anyway, so that's good. So 1 pick away. I think Addison's a nice pick for us if he doesn't go here. He probably will, because that guy has Detroit and Minnesota. He sniped us on Chase Brown. Not sniped us, but he got Chase Brown at a good value. Oh, Ingram. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. I don't want a tight end here. I think Jordan Addison's our number 1. Running backs, I just don't. Brian Robinson, maybe. Scatabo, Tracy. I have a lot of Jordan Mason this year. Ramondre would be a nice bring back on the Jets stack that we'll do. What do quarterbacks look like? Baker, Bo, Kyler. I mean, pick 100. Our next pick will be 108. So let's take Addison. Rome would be okay. Otherwise, we'll go. Brian Robinson for tight end 2 or running back 2. Start of the 8th. I don't hate it. Let's just get B-Rob. I'm just worried that these running backs will dry up even more. So let's get B-Rob as a running back 2. Don't love it, but don't hate it either. He's like kind of cheap volume in the 9th round on a good offense. Like that's could be worse, right? But Jordan Addison was a nice pick for us. Don't take a lot of Washington. All right, so we have 2 running backs, 4 receivers, 2 tight ends. We have Amari Hampton and Brian Robinson as our running backs. We have Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson, Ted McMillan, Jordan Addison as our quality receiver core. And we have 2 high-end tight ends, Trey McBride, took in the 1st round, and TJ Hawkinson took in the 6th. Bo Nix and Evan Ingram, it's a nice stack there. It's early on Bo Nix, but yeah, well, I think next round we take at least 1 quarterback. I like that we got a 2nd running back just to put a little more depth in there. If I let that slip further, it would get dicey, but because I assume we'll take another running back in the 9-10 turn, probably quarterback running back, or it could go quarterback potentially. So if I didn't get Brian Robinson there, it'd be, would be forced to take a running back, and there wouldn't be a great option, and kind of those things. So. Travis Etienne. I got Travis Etienne in the 11th round earlier. I mean, just people are just reaching on these players like crazy. They don't care about ADP. But I got Travis Etienne in the middle. I think it was 11-6. I think if I remember right. Just crazy. 3 rounds, Travis Etienne. He's a fine running back 3, but the 8th round over what other options are there? There's a lot of better options for sure. Scottabelle Tracy, Jordan Mason, Charbonnet, Armandre, Tootin. I mean, then you get iffy from there. But these guys are in the 9-10 round range. A lot of these guys, just a reach. Najee is your running back 3. Iffy. That is Naked Baker. Who cares about stacking? Ricky Pearsall, okay. It's early. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we get Justin Fields this turn. Probably should get some JJ McCarthy as well later in a couple rounds. We'll see. But again, like we talked, there's so many. I mean, Kyler Murray's still on the board too, for that matter, and he'd be obvious pick. Him and Justin Fields would be a fun QB room. There's so many options here, but we got a ways to go. It's just full round left before we pick. But let's see what we're looking at. We got 12 picks left. All right, so Kyler obviously would be the pick there. Scatterbo or Tracy would also be options for us. And Khalil Shakir. There's lots of good options. We don't have a Chicago Bear, so I don't know if I want to do Caleb. Justin Fields is certainly for us. Colston Loveland would be a good tight end 3. Jordan Mason. Yeah, then we're down to this range. So who do we got? We got Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Bryce Young, J.J. McCarthy, Kyler Murray. We probably have to we'll take at least one there with probably a running back. Tyrone Tracy, Jordan Mason, Charbonnet with Ted. Oh, Charbonnet just went, did he? Yep, Charbonnet just goes. Ramondre is an option with Garrett Wilson. I think Ramondre's a great value. Trayvon Henderson's never had a full backfield to himself. So I totally think Ramondre's a totally fine round 10, round 10, 11. Are we on 9, 10? 9, 10 pick. Running back 3. Receivers, I mean, Jaden Reed, easy, not easy. Let's see, Josh Downs, Michael Pittman, Luther Burden, Buka, Keon Coleman. Yeah, receivers are getting a little thin. Let's put Cooper Kupp on there just to see if we get him. I don't have a lot of Cooper Kupp, but tight ends might be a good option for us. We do have Brian Robinson that lead to a Jake Ferguson Week 17 match. Colson Loveland's my number 1 known player. Oh, he goes. So he's off the board. Even Kincaid or Tucker Kraft would be fine. I wouldn't go Goddard here. But yeah, so we have 7 picks away. There's 9 players there, including Kyler Murray. I mean, geez. Who needs a quarterback? I mean, most teams could use a quarterback 1 or 2. 5 running backs through 9 rounds, just like, man. Bucky, Joe Mixon, Jalen Warren, Javonte, and Trace. That's a lot of draft capital. And you don't have a starting tight end. Come on, guys. Keep it going. Caleb Williams is naked. Yep. I mean, Kyler would. There goes Justin Fields naked as well. Of course, it's fine. I'm thinking I might be on tilt when Kyler goes here too. I guess the Marvin Harrison team is right here, but he already has. Oh, right, Justin Herbert. What? All right, I might start going on tilt if Kyler Murray goes here. But I mean, he's a good value. It just he'd be unstacked with all these teams. James Conner, where did James Conner go? Yeah, James Conner's way before second spot. There goes Kyler. Unbelievable. Kyler unstacked, Justin Fields unstacked, Justin Herbert unstacked, Caleb Williams unstacked, Baker unstacked, Bo Nix was stacked with Effingham, that's fine. Patrick Mahomes unstacked, Joe Burrow unstacked, Jalen Hurts, he did get a stack, that's fine. And then the top 3 quarterbacks, like I don't mind either of those quarterbacks naked. Just like, what are these? Why do you need to take Justin Herbert as your QB2 unstacked? Kyler Murray. All right. I'm worried about quarterback. 2 0 2 1 1 2 1 2 1 1 0 1. Yeah, I think we have to take quarterback. Might have to reach a little bit on somebody. Dak is unstacked. Okay, back to us. I think Jordan Mason's a fine pick here. Let's see what AP total we're at. Kincaid. I pick 108, so top you guys are a little bit ahead of, or a little bit after ADP, which is fine. Drake May I can do backstack, and he's a Jets bring back on week 17. So I'm thinking I do Drake May. What if I double tap quarterback here? Jordan Mason is there though. I do Drake May and Ramondre. Do Drake May. And then I could do Ramondre. ADPs are pretty similar at 109. I already have the Vikings, heavy Viking stack, so I'm gonna go Jordan Mason again. Do we get another quarterback here? I mean, we still have Bryce Young. Yeah, we'd want one of these, or Trevor Lawrence. We double tap QB. No, let me go running back. Good Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason, we have Hawkinson, Addison, and Mason. If somehow JJ McCarthy falls to us, that'd be good. Got a quarterback, and we can definitely backstack Drake May. So I get like Kyle Williams or Hunter Henry later in this next turn. That's fine. All right. Not what I expected, but we're dealing with it. Might be my first Drake May share, which is a little embarrassing. But he does work as a bring back for our Garrett Wilson team here. And then we got Jordan Mason. What's the other one? Oops. I put him. All right, 1 quarterback, 3 running backs, 4 receivers, 2 tight ends. It's these like 5 honestly, but these, all those, they're all unstacked. I got Jake Ferguson, so he did backstack Dak. That's cool for you, good for you. These other guys though, I mean, Justin Herbert you can backstack a little bit. Kyler Murray, not easy. Justin Fields, no. Caleb Williams, not really. I mean, there's ugly. All right, so let's throw up Kincaid. Cooper Kupp's on there. Ramondre's on there. Ayuk, Goddard, Jaden Blue, Trevor Lawrence, Kyle Pitts, Josh Downs, Tyler Spears. We have 3 running backs are probably okay. What other receivers? Mooney, Pittman would be week 17 against the Jags. That'd be okay. Higgins is against the Chargers. Likely and Hunter Henry would be options. Let's put Kyle Williams on the board too. Make sure we don't forget about him. He's way down there, isn't he? Did he already go? No, he's there. Okay. He's 160. I mean, this would be pick, what, 132, 133. So maybe a little early, but Trey Benson is an option. Tank Bigsby's an option. Bird and Ekbuka, both fine picks there. Trey Harris down there too with the Marion. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. There goes Cooper Kupp. Nice value on him. Nice Charbonnet and Cooper Kupp. There you go. A little bit of a Seattle stack. So we are 12 picks away. We have 14 picks in queue. So we'll get those guys. Brock Purdy stacked. Nope. Of course not. He did stack Josh Allen, so he found Keon Coleman there. That's fine. 11 picks away. Trevor Lawrence also unstacked. Goddard is number one tight end, which is a good number one tight end in the 11th round, but the rest of your team is rough. McCarthy. Why didn't I have McCarthy? Even Stroud. I mean, if I do Stroud Higgins, that would be a fun turn there. Drake May's real easy to backstack, so I don't mind that pick there. Thought I could get McCarthy or fall back to me would be good. But knowing these guys, I'm sure he'll get taken by nobody. Justin Jefferson, this would be the pick to take J.J. McCarthy and Lamar Jackson. This would be a good pick for here, J.J. McCarthy. How are you going to do the smart thing? No, C.J. Stroud, which he has Joe Mixon at least, but if I don't get J.J. McCarthy, I'm probably going 3 quarterback. Okay, J.J. McCarthy with nobody. Unstack J.J. McCarthy. Great. I mean, just unbelievable. What are people doing? All right. Well, Goff and Jordan Love are also there. Goff is part of my Minnesota thing, which is fine. I just have to find maybe I do a naked Goff. But Jordan Love would be an option too. I mean, these guys are well past. Jared Goff is ADP 103. This is 132, so easy pick with Jared Goff. There goes Jordan Love to the guy with no all in stack. These are all in stack quarterbacks. I mean, Jared Goff's my pick if he's there. Otherwise, we're looking at Stafford, Penix, Tua, Bryce Young. I mean, I have Bryce Young with Tet, but I got to take at least one quarterback here. All these guys have one quarterback, so they'll probably take Goff. This guy will take Goff. He has Amon-Ra, which would be a nice pick for him. Stafford, Penix. No. Yes. No. Okay. Yeah. Bryce Young's the only stacking up. Wow. It's unbelievable how that worked out. We thought we had a ton of options, and we ended up with none. We have to backstack Drake May because people are just taking naked QB2s and 3s. Just QB2s for the record, but just unbelievable. Go Penix Mooney. I mean, just have a totally new stack. What's he's 14. Bryce Young would be, Drake May's a week 14 buy, so Bryce Young I would need 3 if I only got Bryce. But the others are fine. Take Bigsby. So if he doesn't go Goff here, then I'm easily taking Goff. here. I mean, I assume he goes Goff here. Taking a while. Okay. Looks like we're getting Jared Goff, ADP of 103. We're taking him at 132. So 2.5 rounds past ADP for Jared Goff. Okay, we'll do that. The next one though we'll do is tougher. Hunter Henry is probably a good option for us. There's a lot of receivers in this range, including Kyle Williams, who we want for Drake May. There's no Detroit, right? I assume. Josh Downs at 120. I mean, Josh Downs is a nice pick. I could take Josh Downs. Let's go Jared Goff. Okay. And then who do we take here? Do we get our QB tight end 3? I think we take Josh Downs. Just on the ADP value, he's with Brian Thomas as kind of a correlated pick. Jaden Higgins would be another option. Trey Harris. I think Josh Downs just way more upside. Go Josh Downs. All right. Jared Goff, come on down. Didn't think he'd be there for us, but 2.5 rounds past ADP. Don't know if I have any Jared Goff, to be honest with you. Where are all my Detroit Lions? A lot of Denver. There's Detroit. And we did Josh Downs. Have a good amount of Josh Downs. I like him as a receiver 5. I mean, that's to say the least. So now my receivers are feeling pretty good. Brian Thomas, Garrett Wilson, Ted McMillan, Jordan Addison, and Josh Downs. All 5 could start every single week. So I'm happy with that. Good, not great running backs. Got Martin Hampton, Brian Robinson, Jordan Mason. Have Drake May and Jared Goff as my quarterback so far. Jared Goff's naked. He is correlated to week 17, but he's just a pure ADP value at the end of the 10th round. No, excuse me, end of the 11th round. Yeah, end of the 11th round. Jared Goff. There goes a bunch of other quarterbacks. Of course, they're all unstacked. Bryce Young, Tua. He does have Tyreek, so he was stacked. Stafford with Devontae. Okay, so at least showed a little bit of. I'm surprised he didn't take Goff there. Why wouldn't you take Goff? Same bye week. It doesn't conflict with Knicks. You probably thought he had Stafford and Goff, but I would much rather have Goff than if you have Amon-Ra. You assume Amon-Ra is going to have a big year if you draft him. Take Goff there. And then I have a worse quarterback, too. All right, so we're at 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 5 receivers, 2 tight ends. So now just filling out depth from here on out. Just letting stuff come to us. What picks do we have? We have 3, 6, 8 more picks. 11 picks away. Oh, so got all these guys left. All good options for us. Henry, Zach Ertz, we'll throw on there because we have Brian Robinson, Gesicki, and Trey McBride play week 17. Brenton Strange, Hollywood Brown, yeah. Braylon Allen, I'm interested in. I like Braylon Allen at this value. Roshan's fine. Jalen Wright's fine. Not too exciting there. Jack Best, sure. Mason Taylor, Garrett Wilson. Here goes Zach Ertz. We're 9 picks away. We got 10 players there. Probably running back and wide receiver are probably my thoughts, or running back and tight end. Could get an Anthony Richardson or something, but I don't know. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Everybody has 2 quarterbacks except for one team, so I'm not really. I mean, I'd like a quarterback 3 in this build, but we'll see who's there. Quarterbacks are left. Penix, Geno, Cam Ward, Darnold, A-Rich are really your options, right? So A-Rich is 160. This next pick will be 150. Yeah, 156. Yeah, so could go a quarterback. Do think tight end is definitely in play for us here, for sure. Would like Kyle Williams to fall to me, but he's not going to because people just snipe me this draft. If Hunter Henry or Kyle Williams don't fall to me here, there's Hunter Henry. Yep. So if Kyle Williams doesn't fall to me here, then have to scramble a little bit to stack Drake May, Mario Douglas, or somebody late round. But likely in the middle of 13th, that's a nice pick. Jack Bench, 4 picks away. I don't have any, right? I have Anthony Richardson, Bryce Young's gone, right? Yeah, he went up there. Naked Bryce Young. Yeah, I don't have any other obvious plays there. I do need a running back. Running back tight end, running back receiver. Mike Gesicki is probably a good pick here for us. Move him up. Braylon Allen, maybe. Mason Taylor would be fine too. Bye weeks are fine for both my quarterbacks and my tight ends. Yeah. I think Kyle Williams, I take him if he's there. If I don't have Kyle Williams there, then I probably pass on getting and just wait to get receivers later and do quarterback, running back, and or tight end. Penix is a good value. Yeah. value for your third. Unstacked, but don't hate the value. That's strange. Nice. Okay. So we got Kyle Williams. That's cool. And then do we do running back or do we do Mike Gesicki? Detroit and New England. Yeah, so those don't have tight ends. Mike Gesicki ADP 144. So we get a round ADP, brown value on Mike Gesicki. It's fine. Kate Otten, Mason Taylor. Also good picks, but probably don't fall back to us. Maybe I'll just wait and take Kyle Williams here. So we did get the stack with Drake May, which is good. And then we'll do just a lot of these players are the same. I like Braylon Allen here. Thinking Gesicki. Yeah, he's the number 2 pick by ADP. Anthony Richardson's the other option. Let's go Gesicki. All right. Mike Gesicki. And then we did, who did we do? Kyle Williams. Okay, just took him earlier. Cincy. Oh man, there it is. There's Mike Gesicki. Alright. Slow draft. Alright, so we are at 2 quarterbacks, 3 running backs, 6 receivers, and 3 tight ends. So I have to definitely hammer a bunch of running backs here next few rounds. We're pretty well set on tight ends and receivers for the most part. Might go one more receiver. If Andy Richardson's still there at 15, I'll take him. Otherwise, it's mostly running backs. Need like probably three more running backs in the next 6 picks. So let's look at running back options. Jake Dobbins, let's go Rico Dowdle with Ted McMillan. Got Roshan, Dylan Sampson, sure. Marshawn Lloyd, sure. I like Giddens and Jarquez Hunter, Brashard Smith, Justice Hill. There's just a lot of guys in this kind of mold. Will Shipley. Corey Cosby Merritt to back up Brian Robinson. So there's a lot of guys in that range. Let's make sure we got Anthony Richardson in queue there. Otherwise, tight ends. Yeah, Mason Taylor, we got him. Yeah, let's put A-Rich up there. Otherwise, it's going to be running backs and mostly running backs, I think. Geno Smith, you do not have any Raiders. Nope. I have to cut off the stream after. Oh, Cam Ward. You like Calvin Ridley there, at least. Did you get? Nope. Justin Herbert's on stack still. I have to cut off the stream after my next 2 picks so I can go pick up my kids. Broadcasting from New Zealand. It is 2:41 p.m. on Monday, June 9th. Doing some FFPC drafts. This is Keggers. Yeah, fun, different team. I really love how my team this morning came out. I just well stacked. Bo Nix, Michael Penix, and who's my other quarterback? I'd have to just look this other team here. This team here. Bo Nix, Trevor Lawrence, Michael Penix, RJ Harvey, Caleb Johnson, Jordan Mason, Etienne, Giddens, Estime, Justin Jefferson, Drake London, Rashee Rice, Travis Hunter, Kyle Williams again, Josh Hunter, Pierce, Evan Ingram, Brent Strange, Terrence Ferguson, Noah Gray. I really like how that team's structured. And I was in the 6th pick, so everything kind of fell to me and got all stacked and correlated. It felt really good. This draft was not that from the 12th spot, but I think it's coming along okay. I don't love it as much, especially with the quarterbacks and running backs aren't as strong as I'd prefer, but I like my receivers and tight ends, so it's kind of team has to be led by those guys. See if Anthony Richardson's still there. He is. 15 picks away. Let's put Kate on. We can run 4 tight ends. Theo Johnson late too. Don't hate. Dalton Schultz is a bring back with Marion Hampton. DJ Giddens with my Brian Thomas. Marvin Mims. That was a late pick on Marvin Mims. Jeez. Keenan Allen, unsigned. Questionable 15th round pick. Tyler Higbee as your tight end 2 in a tight end premium format is not ideal. With Dalton Schultz as your tight end 1. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. Come on, guys. Taking forever. Alright, so we'll go Rico Dowdle's totally fine pick here at the end. We'll probably get one running back here for sure. If Richardson's there, we'll grab Richardson. He's still there. I mean, these guys 3, 3, 2 quarterbacks. This guy has 1 quarterback. So what are you gonna do? You take Richardson? Just hold off. Looks like he's gonna time out and get Richardson. No, Justice Hill. Cool. We'll get 1 running back. Yeah, and we'll see what else other pick I have. It's definitely get 1 running back. There's still some good, decent options at receiver. Nobody that's obvious for us, but Michael Wilson, Jay McBride. But yeah, we'll see if Richardson's there. Otherwise, we'll get running back and something else. Take unstack Anthony Richardson, Huckleberry. Sure, you might, but if not, I'll grab him. Sharkface Hunt. Okay, with your Stafford one section on that pick. All right, Richardson, ADP 160. We're getting him with, is that 200? That's 15 times 12. 180, sorry, 180. So round and a half of ADP value. Richardson, let's take him. We have 3 quarterbacks. Now we're done there. And then what running back do we want? Nick Chubb just signed with the Texans, or will sign. Let's do it. Let's get Nick Chubb. Let's see what happens. First Nick Chubb share all season, understandably. And I like Nick Chubb the player. I don't love him in fantasy for better or for worse. Oh, Nick Chubb. Let's do Anthony Richardson. Oops. What am I doing? All right, Anthony Richardson, 3rd quarterback. He stacks with Josh Downs. Has rushing floor, which I love. If healthy, he could be really good. Great value at this round, but not expecting much, to say the least. All right, and let's grab Nick Chubb. Houston and Chargers, week 17. I should just draft a lot of Houston. Here we go. All right, and we'll get a couple more running backs from here for sure. 3 decent ones, and Nick Chubb is just a lottery ticket. All right, I'm going to turn the stream off. This was fun. I'll finish up the draft, get probably 2 more running backs out of my next 4 picks. But I think it's a pretty well set team. Just get some depth running back pieces. Probably don't even need a receiver. Don't need a tight end, but don't need a quarterback. So 2 or 3 running backs here on out is probably what I'll do. But that was fun. Talk to y'all later.